nothing alike. We's different. You ain't the hustling type. We's different. With King.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls of the YouTube world, CJ Rose is back in the building. Welcome back to the channel. Alright, after a lackluster pay-per-view that Backlash has been, it has come down to the final match, the main event of the evening, and what has been done as quite possibly the greatest wrestling match ever. We got the rated R superstar Edge taking on the Viper, Randy Orton. Now, I've been very critical of this because I can sit here and probably tell you that there was probably no way in hell this could be the greatest match ever or one of the greatest matches ever. But I really will be amiss if I don't sit here and tell you that what I saw, it wasn't the greatest match ever, but it was a phenomenal match. That was a great match. I'm sitting here, I watched it. Let me tell you, that was a really damn good match. For what it was worth, these two put on a phenomenal match. Now, after watching AJ Styles versus Daniel Bryan on SmackDown for the Intercontinental Championship, that match itself was flippin' phenomenal. For WWE to turn around to come here on Sunday and deliver on something that I didn't think was going to happen, they knocked this joint completely out the park. This was a damn good match. Now, I retract my statements because I may have been a little bit critical on it, but honestly, this was a damn good match. Like, this was a really good match. And they tried their best to make it as so because the atmosphere of it, the visuals, you can see a little bit of camera work on it. As I said, the atmosphere, the sound, they made it sound like instead of it being, I think when it comes to the performance center, I think they have about 30 to 35 people watching, right there. They made it sound like there was about a good close to 300 to 400 people in the building at that time. So they made it seem like there was more people there than what it's supposed to be. And you could tell based off the entrances, because when Edge came out, you could tell, you could hear the roar, like the sound of the crowd. It sounded crazy. But other than that, this match was absolutely phenomenal. This was great. I thought this was a really good damn match for what it was worth. So Randy Orton comes out focused. I never seen Orton more focused, determined to get something done. I thought that was really good. I thought that told me something. That told me a story. That Orton was damn near going to do anything to make sure that he beat Edge tonight. And he technically did. So as I said, when Edge came out, you heard, it sounded like there was about good almost 500 people in that building. When Edge came out. The roar of the crowd was crazy. So then WWE decided to, since this was built the way it was, you couldn't announce it any regular way. No. Instead, they had the audio of the legendary Howard Finkel, may he rest in peace. Howard Finkel announced both Edge and Orton for the match. And then to make it even more of a big fight feel, the referee brought those two together, and you could just feel the tension between the two. Those two, like, they just wanted to go. Like, they just wanted to just get their hands on each other, just get at them. So the ref was explaining like it was a big fight. He was like, okay, the only way you could win is pinfall, submission, disqualification, count out, shake if you want to. Boom, right? And from the start, it was a very slow paced match, like really slow paced. Like it was like a lot of wrestling holds, A lot of old-fashioned. It was an old-fashioned wrestling match at first. It was just, key lock, hip locks, arm drag. Like it was all that. It was just a basic slow-paced wrestling match at first. Even so, when it came to these two, you really wasn't going to see a high-flying, fast match to begin with. You really wasn't going to see that. Because if there's one thing I appreciate about Randy Orton, is that as he's gotten older, he's gotten a little bit more calculating, kind of slow pace. I like how Orton wrestles. Like you're not gonna really see him come off the top rope. You ain't gonna see him run at you fast pace. You're just gonna see him kind of calculating and kind of slow pace, like just picking apart anything. And that's exactly what he did in this match. With Edge is kind of the same way, but not as much as Orton is in terms of calculation. Like Edge is the ultimate opportunist. He'll pick his spots when he sees fit. And he did that in this match as well. But when it comes to Orton likes to get into your head. And that's exactly what he did in this match. It told a story. There was a focus. Everything was perfect. So Orton worked on Edge's neck the whole time, really. So that's what I mean by there was a focus. Because Edge, and I think they're going to do this all the time with Edge. Like, they're going to have him try to hold his neck all the time. Like we have a fear that Edge might, break his neck during the ring while he's in the ring. And I don't want that to be the case because I want it to be like Edge is confident enough to know that he can go. But this match was supposed to illustrate that we're not sure if Edge is ready, or we're not sure if Edge is confident enough to think he can win a regular wrestling match. And that was the whole narrative of this whole entire story and this whole entire match. Orton was trying to make sure and to see if Edge was ready. Edge was not only ready, Edge was spot on with everything. He was spot on and it worked out perfectly. So there was a lot of nostalgia in this match as well. And I'm not talking about from them. I'm talking about from what they did. So there was a spot where Orton had Edge in a headlock. Then he looked up like he was looking to the heavens. Does one suplex. Try to move his hips. After it, then he does another one. So you already know what he's going with. He paid tribute to the late, great Eddie Guerrero. I like that. Then Edge countered before Orton did the third. Edge countered and did the Three Amigos himself. So boom, right there, tribute. I love it. You gotta love it. You gotta love it. You gotta love it. So boom. So that was one. The second thing was the second one. The second one came where Orton did the angle slam, the Olympic slam. Even though he's had that in his repertoire for the last couple of years, he did it anyway. And I think it was fitting because of the atmosphere and everything surrounding it. Then later on, Edge hits the Unpreer, which I guess we're calling that move back to its original name. Because if you remember, Christian called it the kill switch for a couple years. So I guess we're now calling it the Unpreer again, which is fine. I don't care. I was never really fond of the name, but it is what it is. So Edge hits that. Later on, Orton, for the first time ever, I've never seen Orton do this. For the first time ever, Orton hits a pedigree. I've never seen Orton even attempt a pedigree. But he hit it. It looked kind of awkward. It did. But he hit it. He hit it. And then Edge, the most unexpected, I wasn't expecting this one. But Edge out of nowhere hits the rock bottom. I don't know where that came from. That was weird to me. That was very weird to me. But Edge came out of nowhere with the rock bottom. So at this point in time, there's a lot of nothing but 2 counts at this point. Nothing but kick out. There's so many kick outs, boy. So we don't know when this match is gonna end. Really. So Orton hits the RKO out of nowhere. Yeah, Orton hits the RKO out of nowhere. Boom. I'm like, oh, all right, okay, we're about to end it right here. 1, 2, kick out. Oh, okay. So this match keeps going on. Then Edge out of nowhere later on hits a spear. He hits the spear because Orton was about to go for the punt. So Orton was about to go for the punt. Edge out of nowhere hits a spear. Boom. 1, 2, kick out. Okay. So then Edge hits another spear. 1, 2, kick out. Okay. All right. Fine. So then later on, Edge was on the top rope. Orton counters RKO. Okay, here it is. This might be over. All right, cool. Just sitting there waiting. 1, 2, boom. Kick out. Okay, so I don't know how this is going to end. I don't know how this is going to end. But it's going to end like this. So Edge goes for that submission that he has been hitting on since he's come back. That sleeper hold where the opponent's arm is out like that. So he was trying to hit that, but Orton, he didn't have it locked in, so Orton's arm was a little bit bent. So he didn't have it locked in fully. So then Orton hits Edge in the midsection, but it looked like he went for a low blow, like he went low. So Edge is down now. Orton sees opportunity, punch straight to the head. Boom. Clean. It was clean. It was perfect. 1, 2, 3. Randy Orton gets the win. This by far, this was a damn good match. This was a really good match. Consider the fact this is the second match. You know what? Consider the fact this is the second match between these two. This actually is better than the Last Man Standing match. This is better than the Last Man. Like when it came to that, I'm saying they're like, okay, I don't know if it might be better than their match at Mania, but it definitely was. It definitely was better than the match at Mania. I definitely appreciate that. This was a really good match. Now, there's 2 things. The first thing is, at the end of the match, Randy Orton went to Edge. He whispered in his ear, go home. Go to Beth. Go to your 3 little daughters. No, your 2 little daughters. Sorry, he has 2 daughters. I'm sorry. Go to your 2 daughters. Go home and tell them Uncle Randy says hi. Orton, you dick. Orton, you dick. But that's one thing. Second thing, for what I'm hearing, Edge tore his tricep in this match. So, from what I thought would be a third final match at SummerSlam, to now, probably won't see Edge for a while now, because now he's probably had to have surgery on his tricep. So that's fantastic. But either way, for what it was worth, it was one of the best damn matches I've ever seen in my life. Or one of the best matches I've ever seen in a long time. Let's put it like that. I clap for WWE for giving us 2 phenomenal, excellent back-to-back matches. 2 of them that could possibly be candidates for match of the year in WWE. WWE's match of the year. I don't know if we want to go outside that, but 2 matches that can be considered match of the year candidates for this year. These were 2 great damn matches. These were excellent. This match was, I had my doubts, I had my worries, but it exceeded. They did well. It worked well. Clap it up for him. I hope Edge gets better. I hope he gets better. Everything like that. For Orton, however, Well, he did vanquish Edge, and he probably won't see Edge for a while. So Orton could go after the WWE title. He could. I don't know what Drew... I think Drew and Lashley probably going to have a match at Extreme Rules. If they do, then Randy Orton needs to fight Drew McIntyre at SummerSlam. It needs to happen. Will he become WWE champion? I don't know. But I know one thing. That's going to be a goddamn good match. I promise you it will. But yeah. This was Backlash. As I said, it was a lackluster pay-per-view. It was a weird pay-per-view. A lot of unexpected matches, outcomes, everything like that happened. It was something I wasn't expecting, but it happened. So yeah, Extreme Rules next month. Let's see where that goes. Let's see where we are at that point. But until there's been Rose, man, thank you for watching. Thank you for all the love and support as always. Excuse me, damn. Follow me on my social medias at my PSN. You know what time it is, man. Until next time, peace, love, 100. You hear it?